I hate whenever things don't record correctly. Okay, so I have a few things I have to talk about. Um, First of which, if you have not seen it by now, my placement Valorant series is now fully live here on YouTube, so you can go watch that at the channel. I also have a Valorant playlist that has all of that stuff in it, so you can watch it from beginning to end and see what rank I get. On top of that, I had a few conversations, and I need to not let stress affect me as much, because my stress can really affect on just my tone and how I take things and everything like that. So I need to work a little bit better on managing stress in that regard. Um, Excuse me. The last thing is pretty exciting and stems into a whole bunch of stuff. So recently Isacle got a hold of me. She's like, hey, I need some help with stuff on the back end of Termino. Can you give me a hand with it? Whatever. I'd really appreciate it. I'm like, yeah, sure. Without going into too many of the details, long story short, I am now the assistant director of Termino, which if you don't know what Termino is and don't know what I'm talking about, I am also doing voice acting for a machinima series called Termino. Same thing. It is a Destiny 2 machinima series. We're still getting it going and everything like that. And I'm doing voices there. I'm doing voices for a couple of different characters. And yeah, she came to me and was like, hey, I need help. Stuff happened. She's like, oh, you're assistant director. I'm like, all right. I told her, I was like, listen, if you want this to be as professional as it can be, or if you want it to look like stupid professional, you might hate me by the end of this. She goes, I don't care. That's how I want it to look. I was like, all right. So she may get fed up with me at some point in time and be like, listen, you need to stop. But going in with that like assistant director job, it made me realize something. It made me realize that, okay, so this assistant director thing, it has people rely on me. Like, if I don't get things done, other people can't do their jobs and make the project be as good as it can be. So I have people rely on me. I got to thinking through a number of different conversations. The reason why my content as far as YouTube and even Twitch isn't regular, isn't consecutive, is because I feel like nobody relies on my content. Do you know what I mean? Like, I look at the numbers, I see the numbers, and it would probably be different if I had, a good number of people like watch my stuff on a normal basis and actually saw that. But for right now, that's not the case. And because of that, I don't think people rely on the stuff that I put out. They don't rely on my content. They don't rely on my videos. However, this is something that people rely on me on. On me with. Whatever. But the other thing with it is, with this assistant director job, I've kind of lumped my content creation stuff in with it, so that not only people are counting on me for the assistant director stuff, but for some god-awful reason, I'm connecting the two so that it seems like people are counting on me to put out videos and do streams and stuff like that. So hopefully you guys will have videos on a more consistent basis. I have at least one big, well, I have a couple big video ideas. The first one being is a guide of roughly how to play Sage in Valorant, because if you do not have a good Sage, or if you have a Sage that either doesn't use her abilities or doesn't know what she's doing, it utterly cripples your team. So I plan on making a video about that, and I have a few other ones planned, so I'm going to try and get those done. I have ideas on how I want to do those, so I'm going to try and get those to you. I don't know how quickly I will get those to you, but I will get those to you. I want to try and get the Sage one done this week. So yeah, it's a feeling that I had that I didn't realize was there, of like people not relying on my stuff and people not depending on my stuff affecting on whether I did it or not. And the example I gave was like we'll just say for an example, Markiplier has like 20 million different people, like different subs, and like if I was in his shoes, I would know that maybe not all 20 million of them, but like at least 500,000 of those people are counting on and depending on stuff being put out, which if I look at it in that regard, I think it'll help me a bit more. There's a few other things too. There's things that I can't talk about. Bad things that I can't talk about. I can talk about them later. Like I have videos later that I will be putting out down the road that I'm filming right now just because of situations. Don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would be inclined to, please subscribe here on YouTube, or if you want to follow me on Twitch. I just hit 500 followers on Twitch, which is fucking awesome. I plan on doing a big stream for that. But yeah, that'll be it. Thank you guys. Remember, keep your heads up, be kind to each other, wear masks, and wash your hands. Bye now.